بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Continuation with this type of prayer, what we call it Salatul Istisqa, the watering prayer. Last time we gave the introduction about it, and today inshallah we'll continue with this. Waqt Salatul Istisqa, what time we do the prayer of Istisqa. We said there is two ways to do Salatul Istisqa. You remember from the last time. The first one, it's only supplication. And this is the opinion of Imam Abu Hanifa. And the other way, they said it's a combination between prayers and supplications. If it's Hanafi way, which is just only supplication, then you could do it anytime. Right? There is no restrictions. Anytime you can do dua. You do it in Jum'ah, you do it in Monday, you do it during the day, during the night. We don't have any restrictions to make dua. We have a preference time, but we don't have a prohibition time for making dua. But if it's a combination between a prayer, which is the 2 raka'at, and the supplication in the way that we did explain last time, then there is sometimes we are not allowed to perform prayers. We refer to this that there is a hadith talking about the prohibition times. نهانا النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام أن نصلي في 3 أوقات وأن نقبر فيها موتانا. Prophet, peace be upon him, prohibited 3 times to do a prayer or to bury a deceased. Sunrise, the sunrise time, sunset time, and the zawal time exactly in the middle of the day. But if you are praying Salatul Istisqa, then you should avoid making Salat Istisqa in any one of these times. Then, in the other way of thinking, then there is a preference, there is a preferred time. Yes, the scholars, they talk about the preferred time for making this prayer, because usually when you make your supplication, it chooses the best time for acceptance. We have, we make dua more on Friday. Why? Especially from Asr to Maghrib, because there is a hadith talking about a special time. In the Friday, there is a time on Friday when no one is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything, but He will be granted. We make dua in the last third of the night because it's a good time. Anyway, the Malikiyya, they said the best time to do Salatul Istisqa from the duha, from sunrise to zawal time, right before Zuhr, 15 minutes before Zuhr. This is the best time to do Salat al-Istisqa, any time in between. Shafi'i, and also one opinion in Maliki, and the preference in Hanbali, means you can say the vast majority of scholars, they said the preferred time for Salatul Istisqa is the time of Salatul Eid. Salatul? The same time you do Salatul Eid. Salat al-Eid. Why? Because it's similar. When we'll talk about the way of performing, we'll see that the vast majority of scholars, they suggested that this is same as Salatul Eid, with extra takbirat, 7 in the first rak'ah, 5 in the second rak'ah, extra takbirat. Then the best time to do Salatul Istisqa. And this is why you see in Haram al-Makki and Haram al-Madani, usually they do it after sunrise, in the same time of Salatul Eid. And this is the tradition for a long time, not only at this time, it's from long time, that the preferred time for Salatul Istisqa is the time we do Salat al-Eid. And some of the Shafi'i, they said it's from the sunrise to the Asr time. Any time, this is the preferred time. But we have the madhab of Shafi'i and Hanbali, they said there is no specific time. As far far as you are avoiding the 3 prohibition time, you can do it anytime, during the day or during the night. Then the second point, I'll end up with it. Where do we do Salatul Istisqa? Do we do it in the masjid, or we do it, as I said, if it's a supplication, then we should not have a discussion about the place. If it's only a supplication, you can do supplication anywhere. Could come together outside or inside the masjid or anywhere. But if you it's a combination between a prayer, 2 rak'at, and the khutbah and the dua, then they said the preferred place is outside. Like the Eid. The Eid, the preference is outside. If you have a big valley or you have big open area, this is the preference for praying Salatul Eid. We do it in the masjid because we don't have this capability, but the preference to do it outside to accommodate more people. Do you know that no big masjid can accommodate everyone, but when you do it outside, everyone can come outside. Nabi alayhi salatu salam did it outside, and also Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab did it outside. Gathered all of the people and he went outside and he did Salat al-Istisqa. Then the Ahnaf, they said the preference is outside except for 3 cities. It should be in the masjid. The Holy House in Mecca, and the Holy Masjid in Medina, and the Holy Masjid in Al-Aqsa. Because these are special. You cannot say outside better than multiplication by 100,000 times, or outside better than the multiplication of 1,000 times in Medina, or outside is better than the multiplication of 500 times in Al-Aqsa. But said, if it's in these 3 cities, it should be in the masjid. Other than that, the preference to be outside. Al-Maliki, they said, no, it's, and Nabi alayhi salatu salam did it in the Jum'ah, in the masjid. They said the masjid is the place you make dua usually. It's the preference to do it in the masjid, except for if it's a severe dry and there is a hardship and you need most of the people to gather, then you go outside. And also Shafi'i and Hanbali, they said the preference is to do it outside. Should we do anything before we make a Salatul Istisqa, or maybe it's desirable to do a few things before Salatul Istisqa? I asked you last time, it looks like no one did it or before, because we are still in this country, we need something to stop rain, not to... But in back home, they do it. They do it more often. And here in this country, when I was in North Carolina, we did it because it was very dry, and we got a call from the officials for all of the religious people to do their own prayers for this. So we did it, and it was a chance to teach people how to do these prayers. For once in a while, we need to do these prayers like Salatul Istisqa, Salatul Tasabih. We would like to do these prayers at least once in our life, not to be abandoned. One of the desirable things for people who are doing Salatul Istisqa, to do fasting before. And the vast majority of scholars, they said, the Imam calls people that we will do Salatul Istisqa in 4 days. Please start fasting from now. They do the first day, the second day, the third day, and they fast also the 4th day. And the 4th day you do Salatul Istisqa. This is the vast majority of scholars. Maliki, they said also like this, but they said the 4th day they don't fast because they are going to struggle and make dua. And there is no big difference, but they agreed on fasting 3 days. Also, one of the desirable things to pay sadaqah. And this is not limited only to Salatul Istisqa. Whenever you have something you are calling Allah for, introduce before the dua some sadaqah, and even if it's a small This was the tradition at the time the Quran came supporting this when يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا ناجيتم الرسول فقدموا بين يدي نجواكم صدقة. When you approach a Rasul to make intercession or to make dua for you, pay a sadaqah before to help someone. يعني don't be greedy, just coming for your own benefit. You already showed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you care about someone, take care of someone, then Allah will take care of you. For also, it's part of it that to pay sadaqah before we do Salatul Istisqa. Still, we have one or more 2 sessions in Salatul Istisqa. The next time, inshallah, we'll talk about the way of performing Salatul Istisqa, the order between khutbah and salah, and how many khutbahs we do for the one single watering, and so on and so forth, inshallah. Any questions?
Is this salah must be performed in a group?
We talked about this last time that if you are doing dua, then you can do it individually. But if you are performing a prayer, this like Salatul Eid, we get together and we do the prayer, the jama'ah, and the khutbah, because it's a combination. We don't do khutbah individually. It should be heard by the others.
Just a very general question, talking about the restricted or prohibited times. Sometimes before Jummah, every Friday almost, people just come in, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes after the zawal time, they make salah. Is there any way that we should just maybe make it more?
After zawal, it's okay. The prohibition is before zawal.
Yes.
Yeah, before zawal. When we see exactly the sun in the middle of the horizon. This is the prohibition term. Once the sun starts moving towards the west, then the prohibition is over.
So now, we have Dhuhr is 12:28. So sometimes they come
12?
28.
Yeah, 12:28 you can start praying. Yeah, but 10 minutes before this is prohibited. It's prohibited. From like 12:10, 12:15, you cannot do the prayer. This is the zawal time. But once it's 12:28, then it's over.
Same thing for Maghrib.
Yeah, same thing for Maghrib. 15 minutes before Maghrib, this is a prohibited time. You don't do any prayer except for making Asr. May Allah bless you all, inshallah.